Welcome viewers to the second module of this course Teachers Toolkit. So in the second module we'll be discussing about Word and PowerPoint, and this is session 1. In session 1 we'll discuss about the MS Word. The presentation which I am showing here today uh, that we will discuss and create in our PowerPoint module. So we'll start with our shortcut keys, ribbons and quick action toolbar. These are very important for customizing and making our job easy. Style, you can create your report in very professional manner in one click. And drawings, will be discussing a bit about how to draw different images, and finally the templates. So in shortcut keys, we have control keys from A to Z. The description of these control keys are given here. We'll be applying these keys in our practice session, and the list will be available in your portal. So you can download this presentation from the portal to get the different shortcut keys. So our main focus in shortcut keys would not only be to understand the different available shortcut keys, but also how we can generate our own shortcut key for any task that we use repeatedly, that we do repeatedly, and there is no shortcut key available for that task in the Word, because it is not that whatever task is there, that every task is assigned a shortcut key by default. We can design our own shortcut key, and that we'll be focusing on. Then ribbons and quick action toolbar is the most important aspect Microsoft Word, and our focus will be on customizing these quick action toolbars, main tab and ribbons. And we can add any number of tab uh, as we are interested in our main tab, so that we can arrange a number of features, number of commands that we access through this ribbon, which is below this main tab. Whenever we click any main tab, the a ribbon is open, and in that ribbon we have many commands grouped together for that tab. So that we will be discussing how to create our own tab and how to have our own shortcut keys. That will be our main focus. So next is the drawing, how to draw different figures in Microsoft Word. So let us begin our session. That will certainly, I'm sure, if you go through completely this session, you will not only make your life easier for Microsoft Word, but also your document will be professional looking. So let us begin our session. Let us begin with opening a new document in Word. So there are different methods for opening a new document in Word. So we start with, I can right click on the desktop. When I right click, go to new, and then you will find here Microsoft Word document. So here you will a new document is created, and you can rename this document to any name that you want to keep for your document, and then it will be saved on the desktop. So similarly, you can open this document in any folder. For example, if I click on this folder, and I can open a new document in the similar way by right clicking and then going Microsoft Open. So here also you can open this document. So let us click this document, or let me open another document which is there in my directory, that is sample document. This is how your sample document is opened, and we have here also opening a new document. So there are different method of opening a new document. Some of them we have discussed. So let us now begin with the shortcut keys. So shortcut keys we have from A to Z. We can divide these shortcut keys based on the function related with that shortcut key. Let it be one editing shortcut keys, maybe some file related shortcut keys, maybe some font related shortcut keys, paragraph related shortcut keys, and so on and so forth. We will learn the control shortcut key. We can have control shortcut key, we can have alt shortcut key, we can have function shortcut key. So combination of shortcut keys with control, alt and function. Now let us talk about the shortcut key Control A, that is CTRL is the word that this is to represent a shortcut key, and we can write Control A. Some may use this plus sign, it means Control and A. Some may use this Control hyphen A. Some may use Control blank A. But meaning of all these representation is same, that you have to press these two buttons together, Control and the button that is next to it. It may be the lowercase Control A or the uppercase Control A. The method, the output is same. So Control A is to select all. We can, if I press Control A, everything is selected. I can go through the element, this document. So this complete document is selected. So whatever operation we perform, it will be applicable to complete document. I can cut it by pressing Control X. I can uh, paste it again by pressing Control V. So this is what is the three three keys that we have discussed. One is the Control A to select all, Control X to cut the selected portion, and Control V to paste it again. If I want to copy it, I have to select. I can select by mouse. So it is Control. If I press Control C and want to paste it here, Control V. So this is how we can have copy of this. I can delete it. So if I use delete button, it is different from Control X, because if I delete, then it is not pasted on my clipboard. So we can also use the bold Control B, that is, if I want to bold it, I use Control B, Control E to center line, Control F to find. So I can search this if I write my name, that is Jadon, in the search button. I will get the result VK Jadon. If I click here, I get this result here. Suppose I wanted to find some other, that is word design. So you will find that this design word is appearing here 185 times. So if I click here, I can navigate through all the words, and these are being highlighted here that I want to search. So this is how we can make use of this Control F, and then Control G is to go to any of these page, section, line, bookmark, comment, and footnote. Control H is to find and replace. If I want to replace the design by, for example, AATY, so that I can replace all. So everywhere of this, if you see, it is 185 replacement has been made. So now, because this is not the correct word, so I have kept this word so that I can easily replace this by again replacing this, and 185 replacement is again there. So this is how I can use Control H. Control I is for either making it italic, as this is italic. If I press Control I, it will be normal. If I again press Control I, it will be italic. Control J is for justified, so it is Control E we have done for center aligning. If I press Control and J, it will be justified. And Control R is for right align, Control L is for left align. So let us make it justified again. So now we can look at Control P is for print. This is how we can print it. Control O is for opening a new document. Control Z is for undo. Control Y is for redo, and so on and so forth. Control S is for saving. So all these are the shortcut keys, and that list, or you can download that list through the presentation. The other important key that we use is Control and this bracket sign. Let me write it here. This is also very much used, that is Control and this bracket. So let me make it a normal font and bigger in size. So I'm pressing Control and this bracket button, which is shown here, and making this a larger font, increasing the size of the font. And if I use this bracket now, I will be pressing it again and again to reduce the size of this word. So this is how we can increase or decrease size. We can also make it subscript and superscript with a simple control plus button. Control and plus, it will be subscript, and control shift plus, it will be superscript as shown here. So if I select it and I mark control and plus, it will be subscript. If I mark control shift and plus, it will be superscript. And if I again press that, the same control shift plus, it will be a normal font. So these are the most commonly used uh, shortcut keys in MS Word. So now the most important section of the shortcut key is to design your own shortcut key, and this will be interesting, and it will help us to make a really useful shortcut key for individual preference and individual uses. So if I click here, customize quick access toolbar, you will get this window. This pop-up will come, and here I have this more commands. So when I press more command, this window will appear. So in this window, we can write here this customize ribbon, and once we get customize ribbon, we get here this keyboard shortcut customize. If we go here, keyboard shortcuts customize, I get this new window, and here we have this categories of all the, you can say, tabs that we have in window, and they are the sub commands of the tab. For example, if I have file, so these are the sub commands of the file menu tab, and it is commands of home tab that we see in the ribbon. It is insert tab that we see in the ribbon of the insert tab, design tab, page layout, and so on and so forth. For example, if I go to file tab, you see that there are so many commands related to file tab. For example, if I click here, so if we see file open, you will find this current key assigned to file open is Control F12 or Alt Control F2. So like from here we can see what key is assigned to this. For example, file new, there is no key assigned to this, and here is the description of that command that opens new document task pane, and here file open is opens an existing document or template. Well, suppose one person is using a text box repeatedly. So this is what I have assigned basically. Let me remove this. So suppose one person is using text box repeatedly in his document. So we can have control, and for example, if I write W, control and W, it says that it is already assigned to doc close. So that I have to give something else. So I use control shift and 1, that is this key, that exclamatory sign, control plus exclamatory sign, and that is nothing but it is control shift and 1. So if I assign this, it will be assigned here. So now I can close this, okay this, and if I press here control shift and exclamatory sign, I get text box. So this is how we can make use of our shortcut keys. And the description of each and every command is shown here. This particular format, page, border, and shading changes the border and shading of the selected paragraph. And we can, suppose I make it control shift and @ here and assign this. Let me check what exactly it does. So control shift and @ you will get this window directly, that is border and shading. Now let us see the how to make use of this quick access toolbar. So if I go here to quick access toolbar and come to the more command, so this is how it is shown. I can remove this, and I can add any, suppose choose a text box, add here, cut, add here, copy, add here, and once. So whatever we have added, that appears on the quick access toolbar, and we can make use of the quick access toolbar, and we can also, rather than shortcut keys, if something we are using very frequently and we don't want, and it is not possible us to assign any shortcut key, and then we can put it there on the quick access toolbar to make use of the another way of shortcut for our document and the commands to follow. And let us begin our styling. When we want to style this document, what I used to do, we have to, suppose this I want to make it larger, I can increase the size from here, or I have to go to this, increase size from here, or I may increase size from here. And suppose I want to change the color, and likewise the another heading, the same thing. If I want to do, I can either use this brush, the format painter, or I can do it the same process again. And suppose this is my second subheading, so I can increase this size here, and so on and so forth. So the complete document will take a lot of time to format everything. So Microsoft Word has given a very good tool to do it rapidly, and the focus of our documentation should be you need not to format this, basically get it written from the Microsoft Word. To help Microsoft Word write for us and format for us, here we have one window that is known as style. So here we have some default styles. So this is first style, the name of style is no spacing. Then the second style, name of style is heading. If I select here design cycle and click here, so this whatever style we have defined here in heading 2, this will be in heading 2, and this icon will appear when we use this style. Like this here again it is heading 2, or we mark this as heading 3, and so on and so forth. So it means what we can change, define the settings of the style here, and then we can mark these as the predefined styles, and then everything is formatted very soon. So if I want to find, suppose I make it 3, let this also I make it 3, let this also I make it heading 3, this as heading 2, this as heading 3, this as heading 3, and so on and so forth. So suppose I want to change these styles as now they are quite cluttering here, and this particular paragraph is of no spacing, for example. Then this will be changed like this. It will take the default font that we have set in the style. This also I can change it like it. So suppose I want to make this no spacing paragraph in the way that we want it to have to be visible, then we can right click this again. Let me right click this and modify button, and we get this type of modify style window that will open. So name, you can give any name. Style type is paragraph, and let us now make few changes. Let it be justified. Everything will be visible here when we format this. So, and then we can further format the paragraph, and we can add before and after, and the line spacing as 1.5. And if I click it OK and OK, now this is what my paragraph will look like. And now if I click here in this paragraph and make this, so this paragraph will automatically will become like the previous one. So I have to simply one click to make all these changes. When we modify something and if we set our style at the beginning of the document, then it is very easy for us to design our document in a professional way. Suppose now if I want to change this particular design, this design as heading 2, and now I modify, or let me change this color as red and make it bold, this one. Now this is this we have changed. The type is still heading 2, that is highlighted here. This is also heading 2, but if I click here and then I right click here, you see that to update heading 2 to match selection. If I click here, so whatever we have in heading 2, everything will be changed according to what we have selected here. Likewise in heading 3, we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and many we have we did. We can change, we can make change only in one. Let it make it blue, and it was already blue. So let us take this green color, bold it, italic it.
And now if I change this heading 3, others are not changed now till we do not update this by right clicking and update formatting. So once we update it, oh, this was changed rather. Once now we update. Once we update it, you get everything is in the green color, bold and italic. And if I change the size of this, I can change the size. Let us say it is 18. The others will remain of the previous size unless until I update the style. If I update the style, others will other whatever we have in the heading 3, everything will be updated. We can make the other changes as well as we did for our no spacing style. Modify, we can change the paragraph, tabs, border. Here it is before 2 and after, let it be after 6, and before after 12 and before 6, and this let it be the same. We can now we can see that this is how it is shown. And to apply the changed style to each and every you can say this heading 3, we have to update this. Once we update this, all others will also follow. So likewise we should rather give at least one heading to one of the paragraph, one of the heading, subheading, paragraph, text. From at least one style we should attach so that it is easier to format at the later stage. We can have our own styles as well. If you see my previous document here I am not having any style attached to this document. So I have removed this style, default style. Now if I want to add my own style, you click this and create a style. When I create a style, it says style 1. You can give any name, my style, para. So this is paragraph style that I am now trying to create. So when we modify it, let it be my paragraph is 12 font, let it be Arial, so let it is Arial, and the paragraph setting 6 point before, 6 point after, and let the 1.2 line spacing. So that's all for this paragraph. So if I click here and I apply this, I get this type of font that we have selected for this paragraph. If I want to change, let me change this. Bold I can remove, I can have justified paragraph, other things, or let it be some, you can say, so that's all. We can now click it and make it this paragraph like this. So whenever if I want to change this paragraph, this I can change like this. So similarly we can add another style, create a style, let it be my heading 1, first heading. So this is now my heading. I can modify this my heading by, let it be Arial again, no bold, 16 size, paragraph can be 12 before, 6 after, and then we can change the font color as well. Where is color? Font size, font color, here it is font color, let it be maroon type of color. So now this is how we can give style to our document, that is heading, subheading, paragraph, abstract, or some note, or some computer coding. So we should have a separate style for that, our own style, and we can attach it and get the things very quickly. The other advantage of style is that, let me go back to this document. Here we have some review. You go to view and let us go to navigation pane, and when we start with style, these styles will appear here. We can directly navigate through the document using this. We have not created this, so these are taken from the style that we have attached to our document. So this is very helpful in manipulating or navigating to the document as well. So we can add table of content also in this. So let us take this as table of content. So if we use style, the table of content is also automatically done. And whenever we change something and you update this table, it will change everything. There are two options. One is update entire table, update page numbers only. Accordingly, from the style, it will pick everything. So style is very, very important aspect of the Microsoft Word for any document, whether whatever type of document you are writing. Use the styles for each and every text that you are writing, and then we can make use of so many helpful features of the Microsoft Word. Another important aspect of this Word is the drawing. So these are the few drawings that I have taken from my own creation, and this you can see these are 100% created in Word. So if you see how these are created, so these are the separate elements. You can now keep it aside, so everything is like this. So now let me undo it. So it means we can see it is only the manipulation of the features available in the Word. We can manipulate these features and get the 2D and 3D images, very beautiful images that will. Let me ungroup this as well. Just see how this is created. And similarly, this image, you see how this image is created to using only 2D. We have 3D features as well, so these are only using 2D, so you can have good drawing features as well. The another important aspect that I want to cover in this session is creating a template. So if you see, when you do not have any template, these two links you will not get. So this personal link you will get only when we create one template. Template means you want some as such. If you see, if I go back to create new document, these all are the template which are default template. Sometimes we need that something should always come on the header or the footer. So likewise we can have this type of template for our own, you can say, personal use. So let me start how to create a template. Whatever I want to make it in header, this will come in header. Let us say it is engineering info .in, and let it be on the other side. It is class connect.in. So if I can add some images, I can add some logo, I can add something in the footer as well, but I'm just telling you in quickly how to create template. Now save as, go to the anywhere where you want, doesn't matter. So where you put this template. So what type is this Word template. So if you save, this template is stored. Now when I open any new document, we can go to the personal. Now I have just created this template, and when I open, this automatically comes whatever we have. And when we go to next pages, everywhere you will find the same content that we have given to the template. So that's all for this session. We may have skipped something that we may take up later on, but you can explore on your own. We have just touched upon few drops from ocean of the Word. Important feature of this Microsoft Word is the autocorrect. This will also become very helpful when you are trying to write down a very long report or document, and you find that some of the words are repeating and they are very long when you write these. So how can we make use of this autocorrect option to speed up our writing process? For example, I am writing a report on some machine learning, and this machine learning is the term which is coming again and again. So I will write ML, and when I write ML here, so what it is in replace with, though it is not for that, it is autocorrect option is for we commit some mistake in the spelling of any word, it correct automatically. So that is what the autocorrect option is, so that we know, already we know, but we can use it for our own benefit. We can improvise in this autocorrect option like this. If I use ML and I write here, you change ML with machine learning. So whenever I write and I added it, so ML will be replaced with machine learning. Whenever I write ML, it will be So ML it will replace as machine learning. So that is the very interesting, you can say, feature that is there in the MS Word, and I used a lot when for writing the long reports, the long sentences, long repeated sentences. For example, MSST, I use this, that is maximum shear stress theory. So sometimes I have to write it a number of times. So I write MSST, it will create to maximum shear stress theory. And here you sometimes maybe feel very irritating when you write this as the C. You write here option C and it is converted into copyright symbol. It is also one of the autocorrect option, so that we can correct it, that it should not be changed automatically to this. So for that we can write here this C. If I want to remove it, I can remove it. So next, now it will not be repeated. So that is the, if I write here C, now it will not be converted into copyright symbol because we have removed from the autocorrect. So that's all for the small session on the Microsoft Word. Again, it's very huge. You can explore so many things. You can make it very easy to write good reports.
Thank you all the viewers for attending the session. Thanks a lot.